You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV. And now on Roku devices on this Friday, November 7th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. A two-vehicle accident happened earlier today that was caused by an alleged stop sign runner. Anthony Robert reports.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
At around 1:30 this afternoon, a two-vehicle accident occurred at the intersection of Irene Street and Blagg Road. According to the initial report, a dark-colored Acura was traveling eastbound on Blagg Road and allegedly failed to stop at the stop sign at the intersection. The Acura then struck the rear side of a van that was traveling southbound on Blagg, causing the van to veer off the roadway over a barbed-wired fence and come to rest in a nearby field. Fortunately, only minor injuries were reported.
More news now. Haley Gravy reports on a motor vehicle accident in Pahrump, and it was car versus donkey.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
On November 6, 2025, a car was heading northbound on Highway 160 when the car collided with a donkey. While driving on Highway 160, the driver noticed a donkey stepped out in the road and started walking across. The driver attempted to miss the donkey, but unfortunately ended up hitting the donkey. The donkey was deceased at the scene, and the driver and the passenger declined any injuries.
Well, Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo got a huge boost yesterday in his efforts to be reelected as governor. President Donald Trump took to his Truth Social media platform to extol the virtues of the former Clark County sheriff and gave him a shining endorsement. Yesterday, Donald Trump endorsed Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo for his re-election bid. The announcement comes just about a year away from the November 2026 elections. In a post made on Trump's Truth Social network, he said, "Joe Lombardo is the strong and very popular governor of Nevada, a very special place to me in that we had a big presidential election win just 1 year ago, November 5th, 2024. Trump went on to say, as governor, he is fighting tirelessly to grow the economy, cut taxes and regulations, ensure no tax on tips, advance made in the USA, unleash American energy dominance, provide access to affordable health care, champion school choice, keep our now very secure border secure, stop migrant crime, and defend our always under siege Second Amendment. Joe Lombardo is smart, strong, and tough, and he has my complete and total endorsement for re-election." Democrat reaction in the Silver State was swift, as Attorney General Aaron Ford made a statement that said Joe Lombardo spent the last 3 years fighting for Donald Trump's approval. He also said Trump's policies are stifling tourism, breaking families' budgets, ripping away health care, and cutting SNAP benefits from tens of thousands of Nevadans while giving billionaires tax breaks. Aaron Ford is considered the frontrunner for the Democratic nomination for governor in Nevada. Well, Quilts of Valor are set to hold another award ceremony this Saturday at the Bob Roode Community Center. The president of the Nye County Valor Quilters, Elba Rocha, gives us more details.
Hi, Elba. I am just always glad to talk to you about Quilts of Valor. Now, you have something coming up this weekend?
We do, exactly.
What is it?
Well, we have a very special award ceremony to honor 26 of our veterans that have requested a quilt, and it will be our honor to do an award ceremony coming up this Saturday, November 8th. We will be at the Bob Roode Community Center at 11 o'clock, and everybody's welcome. This is a community event. We like to honor our veterans as they receive and they are wrapped with their personal quilts of valor. and we like to have the community to share that thank you for their service that we do to our veterans.
Definitely come on out and see this fantastic award-winning ceremony as they present Quilts of Valor to these several veterans. It's an outstanding, it's something, as I always say, there's not a dry eye in the house when they have these ceremonies. So if you haven't seen one, you need to be there. If you have seen one, come and see another one. And if you're receiving your quilt this weekend, definitely bring your family, bring your friends, because it's a ceremony that you will always remember.
Thank you. It is a very important award ceremony to make sure that we recognize the service that these people have done to our nation. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of our community members at our ceremony again on Saturday the 8th at 11 o'clock at the Bob Roode Community Center. Please join us.
Thank you all.
Well, that's fantastic. And travelers are facing growing disruptions at Harry Reid International Airport this week as the FAA temporarily reduces flight schedules nationwide. The move comes amid staffing shortages and ripple effects from the ongoing federal shutdown. As of Friday, more than 40 flights in and out of Las Vegas have been canceled or delayed, with Southwest Airlines seeing the biggest impact. The FAA plans to cut capacity gradually, starting at 4% this week and reaching up to 10% by mid-November. Airport officials say operations remain stable, but warn that longer wait times for rescheduling and limited seat availability are likely through next week, and passengers are urged to check their flight status before arriving and to expect possible same-day changes to gates or departure times. For real-time updates, visit or check directly with your airline. And also one added note, they are suggesting that you actually book 2 flights, one as a backup. That could get a little bit expensive. Coming up, we've got the Trump-Reagan conservative dinner is happening. We'll tell you all about it. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. The Trump-Reagan conservative dinner is happening tomorrow night, Saturday, at the Pahrump Nugget. The event's name implies what's in store. Special guest speakers include Lieutenant Governor of Nevada, Stavros Anthony. The Nye County Republican Party is hosting a very special event Saturday at the Nugget Hotel and Casino in Pahrump. It's called the Trump-Reagan Conservative Dinner. Taking place on November 8th, members of the Nye County Central Committee will gather for a dinner served at 6 p.m. and doors will open at 5. Money raised will go to the Nye County Republican Party. Party Chairman Leo Blundo said that Reagan really started that conservative push in the party. He also adds that Trump is very Reagan-esque, so we decided to name it the Trump-Reagan Conservative Dinner. The keynote speaker for the evening will be Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony. He is currently on the campaign trail with hopes of being reelected. Joe Hoft will also speak. He's formerly of Gateway Pundit and now runs his own website. Candidates currently running for office are encouraged to attend to introduce yourself to the Republican Party and conservatives of Nye County. For more information, search Trump Reagan America First Dinner on Eventbrite.com. And of course, News 25 will be down there covering the event. Come on up and say hello. News 25 spoke with Dr. Tom Waters about the upcoming Veterans Day ceremonies taking place next week in Pahrump.
Hi there, I'm Tom Waters. I want to talk to you about Veterans Day. It's on November 11th. That's on Tuesday. And we always have ceremonies every Veterans Day at the VFW. At 11 o'clock. If those who remember 11-11-11, if you don't know what that means, you can ask some other historians. They will tell you exactly what 11-11-11 means. And at the VFW at 11 a.m., the ceremony will begin. The 11th day, the 11th month, the 11th hour is what we talk about when we say 11, 11, 11. That's when the war ended, and that's what we always remember. So at 11 o'clock on Veterans Day, 11 a.m., be at the VFW, and you will see an outstanding ceremony. And then at 3 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial, the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 15, they will have a ceremony. It's a different ceremony, and I encourage you to come to both. You'll see me at both ceremonies. I would not miss either one. The VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. 11 a.m. at the VFW Post, 3 p.m. at the Veterans Memorial at the Chief Tacoma Cemetery. See you there. Enjoy Veterans Day and thank a veteran for everything that the veteran has done for our country and for each one of us. Thank you.
Okay, the Raiders in the Golden Knights put the loss in Las Vegas on Thursday night. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Nikita Kucherov was on fire Thursday night. The Tampa Bay Lightning star scored a pair of third-period goals and picked up an assist on a late empty netter as Tampa pulled away for a 6-3 win over the Golden Knights. The Knights faced Anaheim at home on Saturday. After spending most of the game running for his life from Denver's pass rush, Geno Smith looked like he needed a body double. The Raiders QB was sacked 6 times in their 10-7 loss to the Broncos on Thursday. Next up for the Raiders, they welcome the Dallas Cowboys on November 17th. And if Geno's smart, he's already ordering some extra padding on Amazon Prime. And over in the high school football action, the Pahrump Valley Trojans take on Moapa Valley High in the league semifinals, kicking off at 7 p.m. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. I like the tie, and News 25 was on hand today at Dad's Diner in Pahrump for the grand opening of one of 5 little free libraries. News 25's Haley Grabby reports.
Today we're doing an opening for a little free library here at Dad's American Diner. Our group has sponsored 5 different little free libraries throughout the town of Pahrump, and this is our 5th. The other locations are at Essential Evolutions Massage. We have obviously this one here that we're opening today. We have another one at Our Place Coffee Shop. We have one at Death Valley Marketplace, and then there's one in a neighborhood in the northwest side of town.
When asked what inspired her, she responded with,
well, actually, I have a best friend out in Washington, Seattle, and the Little Free Library movement is huge out there, and it's really shaped up their community. And so I really wanted to bring that feel to Pahrump, really make it so that books are accessible for sharing and reading and giving back to the community as a whole. Anyone and everyone can come get a book, so you can bring any good condition books that you have, come put them in any of the little free libraries, take any books that you want to read. You can either return them, or if you love them, keep them, and it just keeps giving and going.
Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Pahrump. We are so excited to be one of the locations for the Pahrump
Mother's Corner.
The Pahrump Mother's Corner for the little free library. There's something for everybody, for adults, for young adults, and even children. Anybody can come in, take a book, bring a book, switch them out, that kind of stuff. But we're super excited to have something like this to provide to our community that, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. when we're open. Come on down, grab a book. If you're coming to eat lunch, you can grab a book and read. Whatever you'd like as far as that's concerned. But we're really happy to be a part of the community and giving back. So
fantastic. Just to add to the very simple note, we got great food here at Dad's, so you'll be able to read, enjoy a nice meal, got beautiful dessert here, and we're also very sympathetic. We know there's families that are in need, and in very much a given the community. If there's a child in need, we have bags, got a coloring book, and other essential needs. I know there's SNAP recipients and other stuff. If you need help, we're here to help and give back to the community. So we have these bags here available as well, and let's do the cut. Shall we?
one. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch. Have a blessed day.
All right, that's a cool idea. Get reading. And coming up, well, legends again on the radio. It's the return of Classic Country Breakfast with Mikey Ruhan. We'll tell you all about that. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo on your Friday night. It's the return of Classic Country Breakfast. This Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on Ace Country Radio, Mikey welcomes blues legend Christopher Wise.
Howdy. Why did the chicken cross the road? To download the Ace Country Radio app. You can too. It's free. Download it today. On the menu this week on Classic Country Breakfast. Born on November 4th, Delbert McClinton, will celebrate him. Born on November 5th, Roy Rogers, the king of cowboys, will pay tribute to him. Also born on November 5th, the original cosmic cowboy, from the Byrds to the Flying Burrito Brothers, Graham Parsons, will pay tribute to him. Born on November 6th, Guy Clark, will pay tribute to him. Also this week on Classic Country Breakfast, I'll be sitting down with Christopher Wise from Christopher Wise and the Tellers to talk about his musical journey.
And so several of those folks I met for the first time the morning we were going to start recording. But we had sent them some demo tracks, and these are some great studio musicians. So they knew their way around, but it was certainly interesting. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I mean that in a good way. It was a delightful experience. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm almost glad I didn't, because I might have been nervous, and I wasn't nervous at all. I knew I had my buddy Ralph producing, and great musicians, and a great studio in Muscle Shoals. So I was just sort of having fun. And now that I look back, it's like, oh, good. I'm glad I didn't know what we were actually setting out to do, because it's kind of hard. But we didn't seem to run into any snags, and it was a total delight to do the album with that group of musicians.
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio, streaming at channel 25.8, and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, looking out from the KPVM TV studios here in Pahrump, and your weather is looking pretty good for a Hui Hoo Hawaiian Festival at Petrock Park tomorrow. What else you got planned? I'll tell you what the forecast is in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. It's your weather forecast, your weekend weather forecast from the Anchor Desk. Fernley hit 65 degrees today. Fallon, 66. Carson City, 65. Tonopah, 63. Going down to a low of 32 in Tonopah tonight. Goldfield, they're mining 65 degrees. We are so close to 80 in Beatty, but it's 78. Hermosa, 81. And Las Vegas, 78. Death Valley, they're hanging on, 88, low of 63. And your current temperature, perfect, 73 degrees. Your sun rose at 6:13 a.m. That's okay in my book. 90% humidity, wind northwesterly direction, 4 miles an hour. 79 degrees of a high today. And like I said, it's 73 degrees right now. Sun is going down early, kids. 4:41 p.m., 35% humidity tonight. East-northeasterly direction, 4 miles an hour on the wind. low of 52 degrees. And like I always say, some parts of the valley a little cooler. You know where you are tomorrow for the Hui Hu Festival. Like I said, 80 degrees, sunny and beautiful Sunday. 81 Monday, 81 Tuesday, 80 Wednesday, 77. Some clouds maybe Thursday, 76. Next Friday, we're looking at this pattern cooling down just a little bit, 43 degrees, and we've got lows just about 50 degrees. All right, so you see the pattern here. We are losing daylight, that's okay, and the sun is rising a little earlier than it's been. It was 7 a.m., now it's about 6:15 a.m. So if you want to go out and take that dog for a walk when there's some daylight, maybe the morning time is good for you, and have a great time down at the Hui Hu Festival if you're going down there. And there are always plenty of things to do here in Pahrump and the region and in Las Vegas. Like, for example, the SEMA Fest is happening this weekend. You can go ahead and look at the KPVM News 25 Facebook page, and we'll give you all kind of ideas. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great weekend.